Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Viking Size Gamer, and today I wanted to talk to you about something that needs to change in WWE 2K19. This has been going on for absolutely years. Before I start though, I did want to ask you if you could like and subscribe for more WWE 2K19 concepts, news, videos, rumours, and everything that comes out in between. As you probably know, we do have the financial call coming up on the 16th when they officially reveal it. There's been lots of other news that's been going around, so if you want to, there is a lot of other videos on the channel. There's a full WWE 2K19 playlist that you should check out, so there is a lot of content around this already, and really, if you haven't checked it out, you really should. So go and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you know when the latest WWE 2K19 content is coming out. Now, the main thing that I really wanted to talk to you about today is the custom attires. This is something that really annoys me, and it's not really to do with the custom attires itself, it's more to do with the entrances and how they change because of custom attires. Now, as we all know, if you change AJ's attire even slightly, basically it breaks his entrance animation. So you can add like a different jacket, or maybe the same jacket and just change the color, change a logo or something to it, and what will happen is that when he goes to remove his hood, it'll stay up. What even is that? Why does that stay up? Regardless, even if you just change the color of the jacket, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but it does that. It stays up. And the other issue it does as well is that it causes titles to glitch through the actual jacket itself. Now, this is present pretty much on every single thing that happens in this game, regardless of entrance. If you have a custom character or you change the attire of somebody on the roster, they will have issues when it comes to their entrances and titles, because the title won't seem to wrap around their body properly. It'll just sort of sit there and glitch through the actual cloth itself that's supposed to be there, almost as if it's just phasing through, like it didn't really exist, or it's kind of just acknowledging the fact that, hey, I can see there's some sort of clothing here, but you know what? I'm quite fine to glitch through it. I'm sure everybody else is as well. No, nobody thinks this is cool. This is not something that should happen in a game of this proportion, this time, at this stage of the game. It shouldn't happen. It's been like this for a number of years now. It's been like this way back. If you change anything, it will cause these glitches to happen. Now, for me, I don't know about you, but if you're going in there, you're creating characters, you're downloading attires, you're doing anything like that, the last thing that you want is to have a whole character be completely ruined for his entrance because everything is glitching through. Why would that happen? It doesn't make any sense from a standpoint of a custom creation, mainly because this character hasn't even been made yet, but you'd think that they would make the title so they fit the waist of the person, and also that the cloth mechanics themselves would not allow the title to glitch through at all, that it should just sit on top. It's almost as if the layers themselves get confused as to what part they're supposed to play. But when you have somebody's entrance, like I do for my championship entrance for my created character, I use Aleister Black's entrance, and I also use quite a nice jacket. It's just a jacket that's on there, it goes over the top of the character during his entrance, but the glitch for it is just unreal. Like when he has a championship, it's crazy. I don't understand how it sits like that. The title belt seems to sit wider, it doesn't seem to sit appropriately, it doesn't sit anywhere where you'd think it would make sense for it to sit. And this is where I start having issues, because the game just looks unrealistic then. The cloth animations themselves, the way that it's interacting with the title, the way that it's sitting on the character himself just looks completely unacceptable for this game. It doesn't make any sense, and that's aside from things breaking, like AJ Styles' hood not going down simply because you change the colour or logos on that attire. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. In this case, it seems to me like this really needs to be paid attention to, because when it comes down to entrances, these are the most badass things that your character has. This is your character being introduced into the game. This is your character, whether you're the WWE superstar or you have a created character. Either way, if you change something like that, it shouldn't fundamentally break your entrance and take away from the immersion that you have. that you are getting the entrance of the superstar that you are playing as. That doesn't really make any sense. It would happen if you put a jacket on Triple H. It would happen if you put a jacket on The Undertaker. Hell, I have read on forums before that people have changed The Undertaker's attire to an all-white attire, and as he's come out, he's still wearing his black hat, but when he takes off his black hat, there is a white hat under it. Now, hilarious as that sounds, that is ridiculously broken, and that shouldn't be something that happens in this day and age. You should be able to change the colour or something of the WWE superstar that you're playing as, and you, even if it's something that does come with an animation, as long as you are using the same actual coat or jacket that AJ Styles has, it shouldn't stop the hood from going down. If you are using the same hat that The Undertaker wears to the ring, but you've changed the colour, it shouldn't affect the fact that he's wearing a different colour hat and he still wears his black one and takes that off and there's a hat underneath it. These sorts of things shouldn't happen in a game at this stage of the game. It doesn't make any sense. Years and years into development, we still have these kinds of issues happening, and I have seen it firsthand. I'm sure you guys have seen it firsthand. Why don't you let me know down in the comments what is the most broken thing you have seen for entrances when you changed something. I'd be really interested to find out what you guys have had the worst of in this game when it comes to changing somebody's entrance slightly. Just whether it's a bit of attire, whether it's a title itself. I want to know. I want to hear what you guys have been affected by. When it comes down to it though, there is a lot of room for manoeuvre in this game. There is a lot of space for people to really make some definite changes that are going to make this game so much better than it has been in recent years. And the great thing is that 2K has been handing out this feedback form, and you know, they're really listening to the fans on ways they can actually improve the game. So this is really the time point that you want to be at. You are in the early stages of development. You are in the early years of having 2K on board. Remember, this was looked after by THQ for absolutely years, and they were the ones that removed GM mode. They were the ones that put in universe mode. They were the ones that have used old assets in there for years and didn't change much at all. 2K have come in and they have brought in a lot of things. They've tried to improve the game where they can. They're constantly updating. They've brought in scanning technology, and if you think that they're not doing much with this game, that they're just running it to the ground, then you really have to take another look at things. Look what they've done with the graphics engine. These sorts of things aren't turned over overnight. They are literally done with the intention of looking at a game thinking, this needs to be done, but we can't do it in a year. It's going to take 3, 4, 5 years to get all the things that they want to do implemented into the game. So really, you are in the early stages of having this game, and the feedback and the input that you give to the developers via these feedback forms every year is massive. It is key to making this game how we the players want it. I can only do so much, I can only make so many videos, but unless your voices are heard and are constructive, then they aren't going to really be able to hear everybody. You know, I mean, I've heard so many people like moan about the game, and it's just gotten to a point now where all I can hear is the moaning, and nobody's offering any constructive real ways they can change this. Now, when it comes to things like changing the glitching in the actual game itself for these entrances, my suggestion for this is just to literally make it so certain properties will allow it to do this, possibly even having 2 different animations for WWE superstars. Either the superstar comes out and the hood is already down and there's no animation for that, so there's an alternate AJ Styles attire or entrance, as it were, that will allow him to do that, or alternatively, when you use just the actual hooded cloth mechanic for this character, you use the same attire, you've just updated something, just make sure that that hood goes down. If they're using a title, make sure that the cloth falls as it is supposed to fall, not just for the character that it's supposed to be, because every other character, it sits under there quite nicely. There are no issues for titles and championships to sit underneath the cloth and the clothing that they wear. It's only for if you change something or you have a custom character. Make sure that these things happen, because when it comes down to it, if you've got a custom character and their waist is a little bit bigger, then you can adjust the WWE strap just like anybody else would. All it's simple measurements that should be able to make this game just a little bit better, a little bit easier to see how this would be improved, and honestly, the immersion that would come from this, because you wouldn't have to think, well, I've never seen a WWE Championship half in and half out of a jacket, but okay, fair enough. You wouldn't have to think that anymore, and you shouldn't have to think that anymore. Glitches like this should be caught before they come out, or at least updated throughout the year. The great news is that hopefully this year they have had a lot of time to work on it back with your feedback. They've noticed these things themselves and they can improve it all. But as I said, this is a new graphics engine and everything is being updated as and when they can, so we are still in the early stages of it. So I just wanted to remind you all of that. This is obviously a great time to get involved with it, but I would love to hear your thoughts, like I said, on what is the worst thing that you have changed and it's caused a massive malfunction in your entrance for your character, whether it be WWE Superstar or created character. I want to hear about it. Now, once again, as said before, we are going to be coming back to the WWE 2K19 news as soon as it does come out. There have been little bits coming out here and there, but not a lot. There is a rumor that something could be happening at E3, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Last year, we heard rumors that there would be something for WWE 2K19 at E3, and it turned out to be Xavier Woods and Samoa Joe just talking about other games, and then when asked about WWE 2K18, Joe simply stated, "It's going to be good." That's riveting. It wasn't a lot to go on, but at least they gave us, well, they didn't give us anything, I'm not going to lie. It was a waste of time. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is that these things will be starting soon. We will be getting little tidbits here and there, and hopefully we'll be hearing something positive soon, so I can't wait. So don't forget to like and subscribe for more WWE 2K19 videos as they come out, and I will catch you guys later.